All right, guys, let's go ahead and get ready to get started here. We're getting started in about 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. How's everybody doing this morning? All right, like I said, don't see a lot of crazy quality setups this morning, so gonna take it pretty easy. Um, see what kind of moves we get here. I do like, again, like Google down into 1051 here. Lulu, give it a second. You should be able to hear me now, paper trading. And you can see GS came right up here in the box. Again, looking for a short. GS is more about seeing if the box is going to hold or not. Seeing if this continues up. Apple, again, love to see this thing break below 202, 198, and so forth. Let's see what we got. Nice. Yeah, I really like Google down as well. There we go. There's Apple. So there's your T1 on 202. Remember, have some puts that are. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right. So there we are. T1 on the Apple. Let's see if it's going to bounce here. Amazon T1 already 1654. A lot of these, look like they want to trend down, but weren't going to give you that pop that we typically get. Let's see, Omer, you took the short and GS there. Yeah, I hope to see this thing break below 226. That'd be nice. Okay, I think Google 1051. Let's see. See if I want to jump on that. All right. There's a Lulu into the box there. I'm going to wait for it to curl up. Again, like Google down at 1051 here. You may see a bounce come in around 1057, 1056. I like round numbers, and I cannot lie. Apple, potential 200. T2 is 198. See Amazon now falling. Why didn't this happen last week, right? Okay, and let's see if the bounce is going to hold here at the trendy edge. And that's going to be the midline on the month. No, this one's a little bit different. This is the midline of the weekly. Again, gap fill at 1051 would be more appropriate. So let's just see if it's a temporary bounce here. Remember, targets to the downside, we expect bounces. Amazon did not bounce there at all. T1 bounce on Apple. Mid-edge, weekly edge here. Nice bounce from Google. Lulu starting to slowly bounce here at the box. I'm going to move the box trades out of the way just for a second so I can see what's going on. ES above 7, nice. So you might want to be careful here. Most of our things came into targets, okay, for the short setup. Just continue watching here. If the ES continues to build stronger here, then you'd be looking for the upside targets, meaning the box here at 205 and then 207. Same thing here, Google came into target. Lulu came into box here. GS breaking out of the box here. NQ down 35, ES at 7, YM at 86. They're pretty even here. NQ not looking so hot though, but again, Amazon and Google bouncing at targets. We go to a 5-minute here on the ES. And you can see holding that base above the 88.7 on a shorter time frame. Take this out of the way. Interesting. All right, let's see. Tesla's gonna hold this or not. Bigger picture on Tesla here. We wanted to hold the 618 where they have some bad news again. Okay, so far the mid edge is holding for Google. Remember, this is our line in the sand, the 1058. This is the bigger picture. So I want to see if price can break below that 1058 here, or if this is going to hold. All right, guys. So remember, it's just about process. We're not trying to hit the home runs here. Let's just see if we can get that gap fill. And then we'll just buy back right there. We got pretty close. So quick 90 bucks. So we're out there. And just, it's discipline, just getting out at the target. And then we'll come over here, make sure I alert the room. And I'm doing it just on discipline. It's gap fill. And because it broke underneath the line in the sand is why I went short. So it could continue falling. Remember, 1040 is the next target here. Remember, I teach process here, not how to make $1 million, unfortunately. Okay, nice bounce there so far. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone. We could have just reversed the trade and then went up from here as well, just to show off. But I'm not in the mood to show off. All right, let's go over here to Apple. It is below T1. Let's see if we can get a pop right back up to T1, and then I'll look to go short into 198. And I might actually put on some more put positions here. Excuse me. Let's see, it's going to pop there. I want to give the candle a little bit, a few minutes here, see if it's going to stay above. Nice text. I mean, that's all you need to do, man, is, right, take that position at the target. But I'm kind of curious about Apple here. If we can get this thing going, could hit 198, 193. Um, Looking for something a little wild, but I'm also want to see if it's going to start moving up here from T1. So. All right, I'm going to go short 195 put position here on Apple. Volume, I'm not sure what's going on, but uh, TOS still acting up here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the box trades here just really quick, see what's going on. Some of the focus earlier. So there we are on Netflix also coming down. I'm more or less interested in holding out until I get moves to my buy boxes, just because, or to my target. So you could see here, Netflix coming into T1 here shortly. Google came into our buy here, but just being cautious. The rest of the market. My only concern is if Apple continues down, even though some of these might be at the box. Maybe the market starts to sell off a little bit more aggressively. Apple puts are already up. Again, bought the 195s. Expiration this week. See if we can get some acceleration down to 198. See what the ES is doing here. So far, pretty boring. That's okay. Boring's okay. So did a little work up here on DG last night. Basically, T1 up here at 113.99 or 114. Let's see if it could base above here. Also, it could be a short opportunity once it gets up into here. Just gonna kind of read it out. I'm gonna turn off. So as a disclaimer, I'm gonna turn off my alerts. These things are acting funky. Um, and this is not anything to do with us. This is Thinkorswim, and I've been talking to them. It's a little frustrating. So as you can see here, so my sell comes in and then my buy comes in. Well, that made sense. Sell and then buy, but just ignore it because it's old. Sorry. All right, gonna wait on ES here. Not gonna take any more trades for right now, but I want to see if ES can fail and get under the line in the sand, then I'll aggressively get short some names here. But for right now, a lot of these guys are coming into uh, kind of my range for today. So just gonna wait there. Again, did a quick Google short into the gap fill here out of that position. Apple, if we could, again, get down here, kind of break this low into maybe we get 198. Yeah, GS looking like it's in the box. I know you went short there. Let's see if it can push down into 226 level here. I am interested in that one actually, Omer. Might have been a good entry for yourself, man. Banks have been on a roll. So if anyone's new at looking at my charts here for the box trades, these are a little bit different than what you'd be used to, except for Apple. This is a normal chart, but everything else, you can see the candle colors are a little bit different. So it looks like, it hit the box, it's going up, but the candles are still red. So it's just some correlation with the histogram down here. And so it just tells me that I'm just not interested yet. Okay. Hey, beast mode. Everybody that's in here, what are you guys trading? You guys getting anything this morning? Excuse me. All right, looks like GS is starting to break down a little bit out of the box here, kind of what we expected. Let's see if we can get the move down into 226. That'd be nice, and then accelerate it into 224. I might actually see what the premiums are on here. Maybe nobody's expecting it. Let's go GS 225, 222. What am I looking for? Possible 222. It's just it's not that great of an advantage. I mean, at the money, well, I'm looking at maybe almost 300 bucks. 222 is at 122, 126. All right. Bought a 2700 SPX. Okay, for today. Nice. Yeah, you can see here Apple's starting to accelerate a little bit to the downside here. I do like GS. I'm tempted to pull the trigger here. Just don't want to get into too many trades. Again, Google was a nice buy from the box here. Already up about 7 or 8 bucks from the buy. So it was a perfect short into a perfect buy there if you guys took it. I mean, we're not looking for much. If you're not happy with 7 or 8 bucks to the upside and Google, then you're hard to make happy, right? Hey, what happened to Tesla? Anybody know? It's holding the 618, so longer term I'm okay, but why is this thing down 12 bucks? There's some news? Jeez. Tesla, man, so manipulated. Okay, yeah, starting to show some weakness here finally. NQ down 70. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna buy a 227 put on GS. Okay, so I think I got in at 274 maybe. It's a 227.5 put. Okay, Apple already up pretty nicely here. Again, not swinging for the fences or anything. You can see here, I'm going to leave a sell just right about that 198 if we can get it. We'll see. All right, so trades for today: short GS, short Apple, short Google. ES now showing a little bit of signs. Let's see if we can get underneath the LIS here. I think we're actually just under it. I need to go to a 5-minute candle. There we go. So is the cash close? Will the LIS save the day? Not too sure. Not too sure. Not with this kind of weakness in Apple. So should catch on pretty soon. All right, again, current position short GS, short Apple, and was short Google. Got out. Let's go ahead and take a look at Google. Is it still? So it's right. It's right. We got out at 10:51. It's kind of holding that box down there. It is underneath the midline here, the trendy edge. We call it the midline. As long as it stays under here, I'm short biased, looking for, a test of lower into the box, possibly 1040 if it cannot get above the mid edge here. Okay. And let's see what time is it. 9:04. BA still holding up. Let's take a look at Amazon. Oh, cool. It's already hit T2. Let's go to the bigger picture here so we can get an overall target. There we go. It's back under the DTL, so really it needs to get back above 1645 today for me to not feel like this is going to come down. Remember, we had a gap fill down here at 1542. Maybe Google kind of showing you what it wanted to do there, if possible. Midline here would be 1588, would be shorter term, short term, short. Yes, fumbling around at the LIS, which is going to give us some pops here and there. I think we'll get a flush pretty soon. GS puts already up as well. Remember, when you are short a name, it's very easy to get shaken out of your position because, just in my opinion, people want to see green, Um, if we take today's range, right? So, like, say you see green here and you're like, man, I don't want to be in this, right? I'm not too totally bummed unless, it starts to show me signs above this box here. So this is kind of my, everybody sees we hit T1, that's fine. I'm gonna get this out of here. Put this up here. It's kind of like my last straw. Okay, I don't want to be in the position anymore if it gets above there. So you got to have some kind of plan, right? If you just wait for a candle to turn green and you get scared when you're in a short, you're going to lose a lot. So I just threw a little bit of Fibonacci on here. You know, there's nothing that's changed here. It's lower lows, lower highs. We are in a downtrend. Okay, and don't forget that the overall market, you know, look at this. Look at this separation between the DTL and current price. It's ugly. Okay. Yeah, let me take a look at RH. I don't think I put it on the box trades this morning. It was more like a watch for me. Down $5. Line in the sand. Okay, it's already broken the line in the sand. Let's see if I can get that 119 test. I think that's where, you know, it's either we push up or we're looking for myself to get long around 114.71, perhaps. Let's go back over here and look at box trades really quick. Okay, Google holding that line there. Apple starting to accelerate here, which is good. And green to yellow so far on GS, so I like that. I like to see green to yellow to red. Have a sell down here. Let's see if we can get this at the line right about, and I want to come up a little bit. So sell about $4.45 from 270. Apple almost to our target here. Dares is obviously not listening. Okay, Lulu. So far this one. Oh, no worries, man. I didn't mean it like rude or anything. To say no worries. All right, so a little bit of acceleration here on GS. That's good. And you know, it's getting close to target and it's, you know, down $7.50. I could definitely scale out of here. Remember, I have different positions here so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scale here in a few seconds. Let's see if we can get down here. Come on, 198. Okay, here we are. This is what we're waiting for, guys. So I have a sell here at 305. I could go further, dares. I mean, really, if I want to be on the line. See, I just hate Apple premiums. Like, they're horrible, man. Horrible. So we can get out about 315, $3.15. Okay, so we're kind of coming to this red line on GS. This also could be a trim for me on GS if I wanted. Let's see if it's going to hold up there. If not, then great. Sorry, the wife's in the background doing a juice. Not like steroid juice, but like a juice machine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say I can scale here. I just like to use the word scale if anyone's in multiple positions. Oh, come on. Just drop a little bit more. Okay, nice there's. So it's almost there, man. We're literally like, I'm next in line here at 325. Almost there. Come on, baby. Come on. Also, GS is bouncing at our, if you notice in my upper right screen, we really want that to break down there. Could be a potential bounce though, so let's just watch that closely. Don't want to lose profits there. Okay, we're out of Apple. I'm out of Apple, sorry. I always say we like I got an army in my pocket. Okay, that was a great scale, starting to bounce. I think I'm going to go ahead and scale GS as well, just because it's at that target. Okay, so that's, 270 to, 360 or so, 370. Okay, just updating here. All right, so I just scaled out at 350, 360. Awesome trades. Good job, good job. Okay, so far we've been profitable on Google short, Apple short, GS short. We are going yellow to red on GS, so can see some further carnage there, potentially into 224. 221 could be a nice roll for, if crap hits the fan. I'm going to go ahead and look over here at ES. I might switch my attention over to the SPY. Okay, and I'm going to show, let's see, T1 is 2676. Let's go ahead and see how we compare on the SPY. Remember, they're the same. It's the same. No reason to think any different. You don't have to be a futures trader. You just need to understand how to trade futures, and you can trade the SPY just like you would trade the futures. We have a gap fill here at 268.13, trading at 271. Okay, we're hanging on to the 50. Price has come down into the 76. Remember, we call this the false bounce. Um, False bounce means you get that false breakout, and then later on in the day or two, you come back to retest. Okay, and so I'm going to come over here to the SPY and see what we got. I'm going to shoot for 270 puts 2 days out, but let's see how the bell curve is going to hold here. Actually, I'm going to go with today. F it. Just want to see if the 50 is going to hold first, though. So if anything, I don't expect more than 267. So I could come over here and do a little bit different scenario. I can sell today's 270s at 41 cents. Just gonna wait a few minutes. You know, you gotta give the market a little bit of time to bounce here if it wants to. I'm already scaled out of all those positions, so remember I have Apple. Um, I have the 2 weeks output as well, so if we can get to 88.7, you know, at least you're looking at 268.79 on SPY. So I'm gonna go for the 269.50. I'm only gonna buy a couple of these. Let's see here. 268.50 is only 20 cents. What time is it? I mean, shit, we have only been open 45 minutes. We got 3 profitable trades. Making sure money management, we're not going to spend your profits on going nuts over here. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and bought some 268.5s just in case, just in case, just in case things aren't finished yet. Could bounce. Okay, could bounce. You know, I will say to be very transparent, man, I can't talk today. I apologize. To be very transparent, you know, looking back at the P&L, looking at my trades, SPY cost me the most money because I'm looking for, you know, hedging, and then I'm looking for lottos, and you add all those losses up, and they can be pretty detrimental overall. So just not a huge fan of SPY here lately. Um, and it's definitely not because I can't read it. I just find myself hedging a lot with it, and then it's okay. So again, let's go over here to our box trades. We'll come back to the SPY trade. Those are cheap, 20 cents or something like that. All right, so it's a good sell on Apple. Great sell, it looks like so far, on GS there. Starting to move just like we thought it would. And yeah, things looking pretty good. We'll see if Google wants to get down to 1040. It's starting to sell off. See, they're kind of painting a picture. The algorithms, I know this sounds corny, but you know, I feel like you got to really get in rhythm of what the market's doing, and some of these are showing you the way, right? And so Apple kind of leading the way, Amazon showing you the way. Set up some boxes here, and you can see that you know these guys just said, "Screw it, we're going to keep falling." And Google was trying to say, you know, here's my thing. I think about Google last week, and Google was a POS, you know, and like why all of a sudden is it going to hold its box when some of our leaders here just keep falling, right? And so it was kind of you know, just what word am I looking for? It was gonna happen. Oh yeah, I like the Facebook too. Nice text. Underdog, I wish I could answer you right now, man, but for me with the times, it just takes a little bit longer. But I do like them. I try not to get too wrapped up in using Fibonacci time extensions and so forth, just because you don't really necessarily need it, but it's kind of cool, you know. I used to mess around with it, if you remember, a long time ago. And people, it's more or less like kind of cool to show people that I could show where price would be by a certain time and so forth, just looking at the market. Nice move on Apple here, right into target. I think Dares, you still have some of yours, right? And I still have the one that I bought a couple weeks ago. That would be sweet. Keep this thing going. Break of 198. Would love to see 193. Let's go over here and assess Facebook. I actually had Facebook on my list this morning that I didn't share with you guys. Nice that we're breaking down below the 50 here on SPY. Um, Not nice over here on Tesla. I'm trying to ignore this. I still have 2 weeks on my call position. I'm happy that I scaled half of it last week, but still don't know what's going on with this. Nice. Hey, Omer, was that your only trade today? Is you were short on the GS trade? How did OLED work out? I mean, it's down almost $5, man. You making money on that as well, or did you get out? Oh, still short. Sweet, man. Nice. They can keep falling. You had a excellent day. You made money already. Not many people make $500 an hour, $700 an hour. So just remember that. I know you like to watch those stats, right? So how much are you making an hour today? I mean, we just opened 56 minutes ago. So most of us should be done for the day, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. There's no reason to sit here and look for trades after you've already knocked out 3 or 4 trades already. So let me get over here. Sorry, I'm on the wrong charts here. Facebook, boom, gap fill. You saw that text, gap fill on Facebook should be down here at 146. So for me, got another dollar. I love how a lot of these had gap fills, right? And they actually are starting to push past those. So just keep that in your mind. Things could be setting up to kind of show you um, what they want to do. So, also Facebook is at the mid edge. I would expect a small pop from here, um, maybe, but if it breaks hard, quick gap fill at 146.68 or so. Nice short. I should stay short on Google, huh? $76,000 a month, man. That's what I'm talking about. Man, AMD was on my short list this morning. Oh, well, that's all right. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. Excuse me. What about JPM? I sent that out last night. JPM's up 57 cents. Interesting. What did GS do? It popped right out that line. So see, this is what you guys are seeing. You don't get to see this because, but that's what I was looking at. That's why I bought, or sorry, that's why I scaled out here on GS or sold. I say the word scale and sold because some buy more, some buy less. Who knows, right? So NVIDIA can't get a break. Jeez. Look at that, right out the T2 on Apple. Beautiful. You break that, it's sayonara time. I knew ES was going to do this today. This is a repeat of just kind of how it's been going in the market. A little bit of chop. We expect chop. Remember, we were talking about this on Friday. Chop right around the LIS always proves to be a pretty crappy day. Let's see if the Dow goes negative. I think then we'll finally get like a really good flush here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I haven't actually looked at the Dow futures. Gonna take a quick look. Let's see, where are we? And you can tell they're probably messing around at their list too. Where's Monday? Where's Friday? That's Sunday. Okay. Yeah, right off the LIS. So this is basically, the picture that we saw this morning. See if it fails. That we were looking at on the ES. Let's see. MMNFF. This one, I hate this ticker, man. Yeah, it came right up into the 618. And remember those notes I gave you, man. So nothing changes. Needs to stay 2 days above the 618, and it didn't, right? It's kind of like the same scenario that happened with Tesla. Now it's breaking down, coming back to test the 50. As long as it stays above the 50, should look good. Longer term to move up into 678 and 7.2. But, it had a nice run. This is very normal. Needs to settle down here. So the market's just playing games, very important. We've already made money for the day. I'm going to be really chill for right now. Matter of fact, probably going to take a break. No need to try to force trades at this moment. Did put on some lottos. Again, very small position for some 268.5s just in case all goes to hell. I put some of those on, but not risking overall profits into this morning. So, yeah, just gonna kind of scan around here. So I'm gonna, as I said before, I'm gonna turn these alerts off. I'm gonna contact Thinkorswim and I will just manually, you guys can listen to me and know that I put these in anyway, so these are not, ever since the market started getting volatile and pushing back, the SMS on these guys have been kind of poop, so you can see here, I'm going to make another low. Looks like the market wants to continue going down. These little fluctuations on the ES seem like BS, if you ask me, and the Dow Jones. Take a look at the NQ. See what's okay. They're on their midline. NQ, Nasdaq, E-mini Nasdaq, 41 to 1 is the ratio here. You have trading QQQ. For every 41 points or so, you get a dollar move in the Qs. Right now, the trendy mid edge is at 68.61. I'm gonna put this on a 2 hour, see if I can come up real quick with some targets, and see if I want to short. Okay, 68.13, 68.15, 75. So maybe another dollar to the downside if the mid edge doesn't hold. It could definitely hold, so we'll just give it a little bit. It doesn't. When I think about this though, so here's the thing. So the way I think is that the Nasdaq is holding the trendy mid edge. This is supposed to happen. So when price comes down, any edge that we or I use here in the room is used as support or a target. So if you're downtrending, this is a target. Um, and then if we hold this support and we start to move up, then we start using edges for targets as well, and so forth. So, the question is, will this hold? And I have to look at some of the big players here and go, okay, well, are they close to my targets, right? Is Amazon close to my targets, right? So we wanted this short up here. It's already hit T1 and T2. I'm going to take this off and look at it from a bigger, keep hitting control, sorry. Move these. And the mid edge would be your target down here. T1 coming in right around the 1588.74. See if we can get a bounce there. And if that can't hold, then I'm looking at demand. Did I put Amazon out on Twitter last night? I don't think I did. I can't remember. I've been busy here. All kinds of charts. So, and I may take a scalp to the upside in Amazon here if I can get T1. We'll see. See what the rest of the market's doing. What's Apple sitting at? Negative 830. And I would go really small. I'm not going to pay up the premium here on options, like maybe 5 or 10 contracts, or sorry, 5 or 10 shares or something for like a $20 or $30 move. I always talk about this. You don't have to buy a lot of shares in Amazon to make good money every day. I mean, if this thing's moving, 70 to 100 points and you buy 5 shares, you're looking at 350 bucks if you know what you're doing. Just on 5 shares. So I would not recommend, I'm going to share a little bit of personal information. So my buddy on Twitter the other night said, John, if you got Prime, man, you should check out some shows. So I love The Big Short. It is based on true events. I think it's a great reminder of what's going on in the world and what has happened. And he said, you can watch Too Big to Fail. And then there was, what was the other one I watched last night? He recommended both of them. They're free on Prime. And holy crap, you know, like don't watch that if you're bullish. And so I like the Too Big to Fail. It's more or less like the Big Short, but from the bank's perspective and the Feds. So that was really cool. And it's got some great actors in it. Okay, we should get this touchdown here at T1. Just got to be patient. All right, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier here on the NQ. Let's go back over here. Still holding the midline. Amazon bouncing kind of midair here. Would like to see it come and touch the 50. I'm sure that's where it's headed. Google. I'm just kind of talking to myself and relaying some information to you guys too. Google, looking at the recent rally here, would expect to pull back into 50, 61.8. If it can't hold that, then we're looking for the monthly edge here at about 1,032 or so. And then if that breaks, go back to our edge here. This would be a target, probably coming in around here between 1,020, probably 1,021 or so. So let's see. Yeah, 1,019, 1,020. Tex, I think he was short. A lot of these things sitting at their mid edges from last week. Gap fill is at 146.68. You can see here we're literally hanging on to the LIS here. Ridiculous. Right? We got to write that one in the book, Jared, if you're listening. Just brought this up to everybody in the room on Friday, and I brought it up in the morning call this morning. Anytime we open up around the LIS, it's going to be pretty lame until we can, take out the overnight high, take out the overnight low, something like that. But everything else just kind of boring. Some of these I'm just really surprised. Like, what is Square's down almost $5? I mean, but the ES is green. NQ's down 84. I don't know. Some of these, they just, man, the volatility on these is ridiculous, but also good. 74.23. See what happens right here. Got the red book tomorrow. FOMC meeting announcement on Thursday. Jobless claims Thursday. GDP Friday.